Hey guys, it's your girl Sunny D. Welcome to tonight's show. Willie, you want to say hi?
What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles in the car, but I'm about to go in the building now.
Yeah, we got a dope show for y'all lined up tonight. We may have some people join on. If not, we're going to be good either way. But tonight we are talking about double standards. But before we get to all of that, let's do the promos really, really quickly. So as you know, you can catch the whole team live Mondays, 10 p.m. on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook Live. You can also cop the merchandise, which I just took off. I had the hoodie on. I was over here having a heat stroke. But go to gftradio.creator-spring.com and support us while we support you by giving you dope-ass content. Also, if you are not and you are living in somewhere under a rock, under a cave, in a cave, or whatever, you are not following us on social media, you should be. So go to our website, gftradioshow.com, and subscribe there. Also, you can follow us on social media at GFT_radio on Twitter and IG. Also, at GFT Radio on Twitch. If you want to subscribe there or follow, you can follow all of our live shows we post there. And then last but not least, at GFT Radio Network on Facebook. And if you are on Facebook, you should be in our group. Join the conversation group on Facebook. So links down there, fb.com/group/GFT. Join the conversation. So you should be doing that. And if you miss any of the shows and you say, oh, I missed the live show, that's fine. Guess what? We got playbacks free and on demand 24/7, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Google Play Music, Apple Podcasts, and you can always catch the playback on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. So it's not really a big deal, right? So all of that.
Exactly. Everybody always complaining to be missing. You ain't missing nothing. It's already there. It's ready for you.
Exactly. They're like, we don't know what's going on, and I'm like, no, we're good. We're good. We got it live here, so you're good. You can catch us all the time. So there's nothing that you can't get back to or catch up on our website. It's so much stuff there, so you can't miss it. And if you miss it, something may be off about you. I don't know, but again, as I said, we're talking about the topic we're going to be covering tonight is double standards as it relates to sex. I actually hit up our Facebook group and also our Instagram and my personal Instagram to see what kind of double standards we would be getting. So I'm going to be reading a lot of them from the group and everything. So I know a lot of us go through. We have different opinions on a lot of different things that we that as we relate to, some from a female perspective, some from a guy perspective, and some just life experience. So we have a different view of certain things. So I want to get to all of that. So let me get in. I'm gonna go on here. Let me go. No, actually, no. It's better if I do it on my phone. So the first double standard, which I think I'm going to cover tonight, is the one about I think I put about the threesome. That's one that I put. So it's considered a threesome, or people are okay with a threesome when it's two girls and a guy, but there's an issue on once you say it's gonna beep all in front of my house and you didn't come to get me. But it's also a difference once if a girl asks a guy for a threesome. So if she's asking for two guys, most guys would consider that a train. And a lot of people in the comments were like, no, it's not a train because it's not. It should be more than three people. But a lot of guys do consider it to be a train if it is two guys, because it's not a traditional threesome. A traditional threesome is everybody participating, and a guy-girl threesome, for most cases, most guys ain't touching each other.
Yeah. So hold on a second. You know what? Let me jump in on this other computer.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
All right. So yeah. So like you said, I mean, shout out to join the conversation group for all the mature people who who answered that and said that it's not a train when it's just two guys and a girl, because you're right, it's still just a threesome, and and guys can have trains run on them. That was the thing. I've had those conversations in other groups, and it was in another group I was in where it was a bunch of people saying that one girl and two guys was a train, and it's like, no, that's not. It's a threesome. One girl and three guys is really a foursome, but now that gets gray, right?
Yeah.
So, but it's still it's the double standard of the perception, because
that's what one of the guys kept saying in the group.
Yeah, anytime it's just a guy and two girls, I've never heard anybody say that's a train ever. So it's like it's that double standard of women look, they try to make women look worse, right?
Yeah, and then women look worse when she says, and that's also the thing too, because if I say as a female I want two guys, it's what?
Well,
if I'm dating a guy and I said, I slept with two guys at the same time, he gonna be with the side eye. He not about to be like, oh, okay.
Yep, exactly.
It's gonna be an issue.
Yeah, and anytime a guy tells somebody, oh yeah, I had two women at the same time. I mean, with the exception of some people who are more religious or moral, moral centered, they may say, oh, that's not good. But for the most part, most people don't blink twice at that, right? It's never a question. So, but I think that the thing of asking for a threesome, usually here's another double standard. When a guy asks his girl for a threesome, he normally makes the assumption that she knows he wants it with just him, her, and another woman, for the most part, it's rare that a guy would say, hey, which way do you want to take this? You know what I'm saying? Extremely rare.
It's naturally assumed that that's how it's going to be this way. Exactly. That's the only way it's going to be. That's the only way that I mean, and no other way is
insinuated, right? Exactly. So, with the exception of the ones that are, that are really out here trying to run trains on girls, they may say, hey, me and my homies, going to come through, that kind of thing. But, for the most part, if it's his girlfriend or somebody he's really messing with a lot, usually that's going to be his insinuation. Same thing when a woman asks a man, the man is going to make the insinuation or the assumption that
she means she's going to bring another girl.
Exactly, she's bringing another girl, which I loved the video. I mean, I don't want this to happen to me, but I thought it was funny that it was this guy getting his hair done by his girlfriend. The girlfriend was putting a wig on him, and he said that in order for her to do this whole exercise of putting this wig on him, she was like doing a sew-in wig. In order to do that, she had to promise him a threesome. And she said, yeah, we're going to have a threesome. So he pulls out his phone while she's doing his hair. He's like, what about her? What about her? And he's pointing all these girls out. And she's like, oh, she's cute, I guess, but whatever. Let's just finish this. And then another, he was showing her all these different people. And then at the end, he was looking like a bad bee and everything. And she was like, you look real good. And he's like, yeah. He's like, now can we just go ahead and get this threesome together? Who you about to call? And she was like, and she showed him the picture, and he was like, wait a minute, this is a guy. And she's like, yeah, let's give him a call. Like, we got to have
what? Know what?
It was hilarious. It was telling though. You know what I mean? It was
because that's the assumption of you. It has to be a girl. It can't be. And it's oddly enough, I know I talked to a lot of people. I talked to a lot of people, and a lot of females that I know want to do that with another guy and a guy. Mm-hmm. And just the ideal of somehow they like, so the different conversations I've had where it's like, okay, so to kind of let him know that that's what she like, is like, let's do certain things, like do double penetration with a dildo. Mm-hmm. And maybe you can bring another dude, like, at some later on. And the guy is like, yeah, no, I'm not trying to be a part of all of that or whatever. And that's an issue.
Right.
So
right.
I'm like, yeah, because how would you bring that to a guy? And at what point would he be accepting of that and or be cool to do it?
Right.
And not judge you after it or feel away. Exactly.
And you do have to be comfortable or confident in what you're doing and what you have, right? That's what I think the biggest thing is. I was in a situation where I was talking to this girl. I was only talking to her for a day or two. It wasn't really long. And, you know, she was definitely feeling me, but, you know, we hadn't really talked through any type of situation. We just basically were just kicking it, flirting, you know, hanging out. And so I take her over a buddy of mine's house, and, you know, he's a real nice looking guy. She was, you know, kind of feeling him a little bit too. And so we were both back and forth with her, just talking, you know, flirting with her, messing with her. And so she ends up in the bedroom with the two of us, you know, going, you know, letting us go in. And it was more of a situation where, you know, that's my boy. So I didn't really care. And that, you know, she wasn't a girlfriend, and she wasn't somebody I was, because with him in that situation, I wouldn't have taken my girlfriend over there to do that. But I didn't take her over there to do that.
So what if your girlfriend wanted that? And
with her, I didn't want to take her over there to do that either. It happened. And he talked his talk, I talked my talk, and she talked hers. And so we all ended up just agreeing to do it. But with you know, if with him in particular, I wouldn't have wanted to do that with my girlfriend, because me and him were really close as buddies. And I wouldn't want him to be seeing my girlfriend that way, right? Yeah. You know, it would have to be somebody who I felt like, I mean, there's maybe a couple of people who I feel like probably wouldn't be an issue if I was into that kind of thing. It would have been like that back then, but it's definitely was on my mind at the time. Like, man, like if this was my real girlfriend or my, you know, somebody I was in a relationship with, it definitely wouldn't have happened with one of my real close friends. You know, it would definitely have to be random as heck. It would have to definitely be somebody, you know, maybe it had to be a certain type of situation, you know, because I've been to sex parties before, you know, and I've definitely been involved in some situations like that as a random. So, you know, I can see how that would happen. But in terms of, you know, meeting up and all that kind of stuff with somebody that, you know, I personally couldn't have done it. But I feel like, you know, I've seen guys, and I mean, I've been guilty where I know these girls are friends, or even, you know, best friends and stuff like that. And then, you know, they want to, you know, do that. And it's like, okay, cool. You know, I have no problem with it, you know? So I think it's, you know, it's probably a double standard in that too. And that men would feel the same way, you know? Oh, you're muted.
I forgot. It's loud. Like, I don't know what's happening on my street, but everybody decides that they just, I don't know. But it's about to start pouring down rain, so hopefully it might shut the fuck up. But I think that the idea, like, I know, and I feel like it's a double standard with, okay, so me liking everybody, being bisexual, whatever, it's naturally assumed that I'm here for threesomes all around. Like, I'm just out here just wanting to have threesomes with everybody, and it's like, no.
Right.
I've had one. It was great. It's with girls. It was with no guy. I said that on the podcast many times before, that I felt like something was missing. It was the man parts that was actually missing, but it was fun and I don't regret it. But at the same time, I just feel like it's most of the guys that you date, they're expecting you to want to do that, especially when you're bisexual. Oh, you down flat? So let's go get a girlfriend or whatever. And it's like, no.
Oh, right.
Like, don't automatically assume that that's what we're going to be doing, because if I wanted a guy, you wouldn't be like, oh, well, let me bring him. Oh, you like everybody, so bring. No, I don't want to bring a girl. I want to bring another guy. You look at me sideways and judging me in a certain way because I'm not supposed to be that way. And I think that's the ideal of, and I think that's always with double standards. As women, we're supposed to be a certain way. Y'all, you wanted to be a freak, but only with you. But then when you realize how much we are, then that caveats to another one that we had in the group. Let me go to it. I should have put it on here. Up on here. Wait a minute. Where is it at? About the one of them was like about a woman. People think women are genetically. Oh no, not that one. Which one? If she's sexually assertive, or she knows what she wants, or she's well experienced beyond your experience.
Okay. Right.
Some guys look at her different, or be like, well, you know, because then you got to figure, some guys overthink, oh, well, she did this, so she probably like who she did this with, who taught her this, like, you know. Some guys are off put by that because if you're so much more experience, because it's okay for a man to be experienced. It's fine.
Right.
But for a woman, like, I know what I want you to do this, and this is how. Some guys like that. Some guys don't.
Yeah, I mean, I like when a woman is experienced enough to know her body, experienced enough to know what she likes from another person doing things to her versus what she likes to do to herself. Knowing her limits, knowing, you know, I mean, and it's funny because I think that, you know, there's a lot of guys out here who don't know their bodies enough or don't know what they really, really, truly like because they never experienced certain things, even if they have had sex with, you know, tens of women or even hundreds of women, you know. But I think it's you know, one of those. It's a rare gem, and it enhances the experience when you can be with somebody, you know, that knows knows what their sexual profile is. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what the best thing to call it. But you know, like you said, there is this double standard where the women having experience or assertiveness in their sexuality are looked badly upon as if, you know, they'll be called names or they'll be, you know, shunned or they'll be avoided and that kind of thing. So, you know, I definitely feel like it's one of those things that they
Jesus, am I doing this right?
What's that?
Sharing the thing. Can you see it?
Oh yeah, you have to add it to the stream.
I don't know. I can't see it. Oh,
but
it did. Oh, I couldn't see it. I saw the big ad screen, and I was
I just added it.
No,
I got you back.
I'm about to say because I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
But yeah, so I feel like there's a lot of there's just a lot of preconceived notions when it comes to sexual experience and assertiveness when it comes to women and men. Like you said, the preconceived notion for women is that they're sluts or that they're ran through or that they're, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. And then for men, like you said, men are applauded for it. You know, men are looked at as being macho and a man's man, and you know, and nobody really, you know, I mean, even with families, right? You know, you take a father, sometimes even a mother, and they'll look at their son as like, oh, you know, get out here and get these women. But then with their daughters, they're like, oh no, you stay home, you stay out of harm's way, you don't get around these guys. Like, what do they think that their sons are being with? You know, there's you know, these women out here that other people are telling them, you know. So it's crazy, you know.
Yeah, I don't know how to make it bigger. No, I'm not gonna do it.
let me get it.
Let me stop sharing because I want to share like the different ones that we got.
Oh, okay.
Without having to keep looking at my phone because I feel like I'm just like this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries.
I'm trying, guys. Y'all gotta bear with me. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. That's what Willie is for. He's here to save us from ourselves.
But yeah, definitely make sure you guys comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know your feelings on these different double standards, you know, what you've experienced, what you've gone through. You know, we definitely want to hear from you, besides all these bots that keep flooding everything.
Listen, I'm over here trying to block them and everything.
Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, oh shoot, they changed Facebook again. Why did they change Facebook again? This is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
They just changed it all of a sudden. That's crazy. Literally.
Mine's updated the other day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like it's so many double standards, and I was glad that a lot of the ones I was thinking about people were adding to the group.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah, y'all know, like y'all on the same wavelength we are as far as, you know, trying to get to some of the different double standards and trying to get that one because it's something that we may forget. And I'm like, I don't want to forget like the main ones because it's like, especially with the threesome, that's a big one. A lot of people feel a way about, and just wanted to get that one out the way. I'm going to find another one while you do that.
Yeah, I think I got this one pulled up of the different. Let me see.
Yeah, that was another one. Heather added to that too. She said a man expects to have a lot of partners, but a woman, if she does, she's a slut, and that's another thing. Even if we're not talking about threesomes, but having multiple people, you talked about that too. it's the problematic. Like a man is expected to be out here humping everybody, and if a woman does it, she's looked at as not only by men but by other women. She's a slut. She's fucking everybody.
Right, exactly.
So it's not even just the men feeling that way; it's other women feeling that way. And I felt like I was a part of that problem, right? So I felt the same way. Like you can't be out here. And to one of the points that one of the guys pulled out in the said in the group is, yeah, because it's essentially different. This is the double standard exists only because for the guys, your parts are outwardly. We have to allow you in. So, and that was the reason why it's a double standard. Not to justify it, not that I agree with it, but that was the narrative as well. And a lot of guys agree with that.
Right.
So, unfortunately, ladies, we can't be out here humping, or we're gonna be seen messed up. But like right now, they hoes are winning, so go ahead and hump everybody. Somebody gonna fall in love with you.
Right.
I'm tired of being slut. I can't. It doesn't work for me. I fall in love. What is it?
Oh, okay. So this was a good one that Torian brought up. So he said that initiating sexual talk or initiating discussions about sex, men, when they do it, women will say that's all he thinks about, or that's all he's worried about, or they'll feel like he doesn't have any any tact or any qualms about him, you know, and that he's not taking her seriously and that kind of thing. But when women do it, it's looked at as sexual freedom and sexual
liberation.
You know, right, and that she knows what she likes, she knows what she wants, and being assertive. They call that assertiveness when for the women, where for men it's like, oh, you thirsty. You know, the first thing you hear as a man is that you being thirsty when you talk about what you want sexually. If you initiate that conversation, you know what I'm saying?
No, but if you in my DM and I never had a conversation with you talking about blowing bubbles in my butt, you thirsty. There's nothing I talk.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I'm saying I'm talking about situations. Yeah, I'm talking about situations where you have been talking to this person for a few days or whatever, and I'm talking a few days. You know, let's say y'all had a couple of good, let's get to know each other conversation. Day 2, 3, you know, a woman starts talking about, well, you know, sexual things, or talking about her sexual experience, or wanting to know your sexual experience. It's not frowned upon. Where if a guy did that in the first couple of days, 2, 3 days, it's frowned upon, you know, because a woman will be like, oh, you know, that's all he's thinking about. That's all he in my inbox for, you know. I thought we had a good conversation going on, you know. I've heard that. I mean, because I have a lot of female friends, cousins, all that kind of stuff, and I hear it all the time. And, you know, then I have a lot of male friends, and, you know, I don't hear the same things from the men. Now, it could be because that's what we're thinking about, and the women giving us that assertiveness is what we want, but I've heard women, you know, do it that do it, and then they don't have a problem with it that they're doing it or that their friends are doing it. But when a man is doing it, they have a problem with it. So I think it is a double standard in that.
I think it definitely is, because for me, out in this dating streets, I feel I got a podcast. I talk about it. So for me, it's like second nature. Mm-hmm. I think my issue with that part of like the double standard for me is, I know people that I date or talk to, they mostly feel like because I'm comfortable with talking about it, that means I want to have it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, no, I'm just comfortable with talking about it. So I can talk about it from your standpoint, but I think I'm totally in agreement that it is a double standard, right? But I think that after so many conversations, if that's the way you start the conversation all the time and you're asking for this, that, and the third.
Oh yeah, that's all you're discussing.
To me, actions are more than anything.
Yeah.
So if I'm going out on a date with you and we're going out to eat, and now all of a sudden all we're going to is just your house or my house, I know what that means. So yeah, then I can say confidently that's all you want, because if we're not going anywhere anymore, we're just in your house, and we're in my house and it's late night or whatever. Yeah, if that's all we're doing and we're not doing anything other than that, I mean, we could talk on the phone, chop it up, do text messages or whatever. But if we're not doing anything other than chopping it up on the phone, texting, and going back and forth to each other's house, I already know what that's about. And rather than lie to me, tell me that's all you want. But I won't, me personally, I won't assume that that's where your mind is.
Right. Well, I mean, that happened to me once where this girl I was talking to, and you know, we went out on a few dates, and But you know, one time, you know, we had a you know, we just chilled at the house, you know, and we end up, what the hell? I'm sorry.
You got stuff going on in the background too?
Yeah, something in the background. And, you know, I'm on the one here, so that junk was like, what the heck is that? But something must have fallen, but it was small, so it's okay.
Really,
but yeah, so
I gotta run.
right. So I what's the word? Yeah, you know, I feel like no, I'm sorry, I got distracted. So she ends up telling me one day, like, you know, because we had a couple of, like, you know, at the crib kind of situations. And so then one day she was like, you know, you wanna hang out, you wanna hook up, and I'm like, oh yeah, cool. And she was like, well, basically, I just want to come over because, you know, I just want to have sex. And I'm just like, okay, cool, you know. And it's like, let's just be real, you know. It's like, okay, you know, I respect that, you know what I'm saying? You know, could I have said that? Probably not.
No, you can't. Probably it depends. And it depends on the report. And probably she would have felt weird if you said that.
Exactly.
I think the problem is with us females, we want to be wanted, but we don't want to feel like that's all you want. So a guy knows he wanted if a girl's like, listen, let me just hump you or whatever.
Right.
And so we're okay with that. But it feels odd. Like there's no way that a guy can ask you sexy in a sexy way that makes you feel like, oh, you know, I'm gonna give him the draws to actually can get to him. The same way I feel about asking me for head. It's just like weird to me. You can't ask me. Either I'm gonna do it or I'm not. It's just no sexy way to do that. But for a female, it's deemed okay for us to ask you, and y'all be like, oh, okay, here for it. I've signed up for it. Right, and it's okay. Right. But I think it's off-putting for a female for a guy to come out and ask that. And that's super crazy, but it's a reality, right?
Yeah, definitely. And this segues into one that I saw from Cameron, where he said that, you know, men are always looking to or looked upon as has to be the aggressor or the initiator for sexual intimacy. But if a man wants the woman to do that, then he's looked at as either submissive or weak or not knowing what he wants or not knowing what he's doing. Rather not, you know, it's not always, you know, something that's expected or wanted. People always, you know, like, oh, well, no, you should be initiating, or you should be the pursuer. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. And I've seen that in relationships I've been in where, you know, a woman is literally not doing anything, not trying anything, not telling me anything, and then she wonders why I'm not doing anything. And I'm like, well, you know, I don't know if you want me to initiate or if you want me to be intimate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not at that point yet, you know. And even, you know, and I one thing I did learn in my previous marriage was that sometimes I would be that way in the marriage. Like there was times we wasn't having sex because I didn't know if she wanted me to do something, because it would be times when I would try something and she would push me away or she would tell me no. So I would be like at the point where I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do anything until she comes to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like being rejected, as for one, and then two, at some point I start to be like, you know what? I'm only going to give you the energy you give me. If you don't give me any energy, I'm not going to give it back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's a weird place to be, because I know with some females we feel like and I get it, especially you now with the Me Too and all that stuff like that, whatever. You kind of got to let the guy know that that's what you want, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I'm a big person of, you have to also be at the point where you can say to that person, like, I want you just as much as you want me, because most likely the guy wants it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And I think for me, what I learned through that was I had to continue to show that I wanted it, just to be clear, so that the woman wouldn't feel like me being standoffish about it or being, you know, afraid to initiate had nothing to do with my wants and needs. I still have wants and needs, but I need you to be just as open or just as inviting or just as reciprocal as I am. You know what I'm saying? So I've learned how to, you know, because like one of the women I'm dating now, I'm like, look, I want.
He said one of the women. So
well, I mean, you know, I want because I'm always talking about different people all the time. So, but I have to be, clear that, look, I want you to tell me, that you want me just as much as I want you.
Facts.
Or even I want to feel that. That's the best thing to, the way I explain that. I want actions, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. I think a lot of people fail to see the need for actions or reciprocal actions.
Exactly. And like you realize that as much as, and that's the one thing somebody else put in the group, they need, like, I think it's also to the point of, it's a double standard. The woman wants to be wined and dined, right? She wants you to take her out on a date and do everything for her. And it's like, well, what are you doing with him?
Right.
Or for him to make him feel like he should want you.
Right.
Because if it's always just him being the person that's spending, doing all the things and taking, and most guys like to do that. Some guys don't want a woman to do that for them.
Mm-hmm.
But just because he doesn't want that doesn't mean you don't have to do it.
Right.
You can, like Usher said, trade places, take him out on a date, do something nice for him, make him feel appreciated. I think we as women get so hung up on the man has to take care of us and make sure we appreciate it and compliment us, let us know we look good and we still, so we can still feel good about us. Like, not that we need him to feel good about ourselves, but like add that extra boost. It's a double standard not realizing that the men need that too.
Exactly.
They need to be complimented. They need to say, like, get out the shower and getting dressed, like, baby, okay.
Right. Or tell me I'm looking good in my suit, or tell me that my haircut looks nice. I'm going to do my best to compliment you on your hair and your clothes and your it should be a two-way street.
Yeah, acknowledge that I got my haircut. Acknowledge that I put some effort. The cologne, like we as women want so bad for us to be acknowledged in those ways. And I think we get so used to the guy always doing it, we forget that we need to do it.
Exactly.
Because I've dated guys who said that they never felt wanted.
Yeah,
they
and
had to initiate sex. They never got complimented. They always had to, and they didn't mind doing that. That's what they wanted to do. But like, it was like the total lack of even trying to acknowledge that they had feelings too.
It's disheartening, really. I mean, let's be honest. It's disheartening. It creates an atmosphere where, and I'm not trying to blanket statement this for all men, but there's a lot of men out here who want not just sexual intimacy, but just intimacy in general from their woman. They want to feel that she's feeling them, that she's thinking that he's that he's cute or he's handsome, that he's that he dresses well, that he's looking good, smelling good, that he's a good person, that he speaks to her with respect and love and kindness, that I had this woman one time tell me that I was being, how does she put it? She basically said I was nicer to her than she's ever experienced with a man. That she felt like, the way I spoke to her and then responded to her was more caring and more considerate than she's ever felt from a man. And that made me feel great. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I was looking for a compliment like that. Not that I'd never been complimented like that before. So yeah. I really felt good about that because it was like, hey, this is the way my mama raised me, respect everybody, but it was also from years of experience of knowing that when people speak to you or they're trying to, tell you certain things, or they're trying to be a certain way, or they're trying to be themselves, they're trying to open up. It's important to listen. It's important to respond intelligently and being emotionally available to that person. And, just to be noticed for that and commended for that felt great. It felt great.
Yeah. And I think even with that, like somebody had posted the other day about, do women still, say good morning or, ask if you got home okay and stuff like that. And I'm one of the people, like, if you're going somewhere, I'll be like, make sure you got there safely. Like, text me, let me know you got there safely. Mm-hmm. Like, I think a lot of guys aren't used to that. They'll be like, oh, what? Yeah. What you mean? I'm like, no.
I know. Yeah, I've had a woman ask me before, like, let me know when you get home.
Like, I'm sorry. I want to make sure, like, I actually like enough that and especially if you're drinking, like, listen, I need you to let me know you got home
Oh,
safely.
yeah, I always get that when I'm
drinking. Like I did that with you. Remember when y'all came? I'm like, hey, I was stuck by the end of the night worse than anybody, but I'm like, yo, let me know you good. Like I may not coherently know right now, but when I wake up, at least I know that you somehow made it there.
Shoot, I passed the heck out when I got to that hotel that night.
But yeah, that's the thing. I think that
morning, people, we party till the morning. So.
Yeah, but those are the things that I think us as women fall short of. We don't do those things because we're in the mindset of a man's supposed to take care of us and supposed to do this, and this. And sometimes for a lot of us, it's just we're absent-minded of thinking about them. Yeah. And that's a problem. So that's something that we need to work on. That's a double standard that's fixable. Give a fuck about the person. If you really love them, give a fuck about them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean that's the biggest thing, and you know, and basically show it. You know, just like I said, it's all, you know, words are great, actions are better. You know, and I think that's the biggest thing is show it, tell the person, show them everything, and don't. It doesn't matter if you're the man or the woman. You know, or if you're the pursuer or the pursued, if you're the aggressor or the agreed, you know, let that other person know. You know, be reciprocal with your love or with your.
All right, let's find another one that we had, another good one.
So this one was from Jamie. She said that women can openly complain about penis size, but get offended when men complain about lack of elasticity or walls. And this goes for pretty much anything. I think you know, women have traditionally been allowed to make jokes, downplay, you know, expose men for, you know, lack of endowment, right? Or the opposite, you know, being blessed with extra endowment. So I think that with men, it's definitely like you definitely can't say a lot about a woman's body, her shape, her size. Like she said, her walls, her elasticity, her ability to fit certain clothes, and most of that will get you side-eyed, you know, upside down faced, all kinds of dirty looks. You'll get told off, talked to, everything, you know. But women have been traditionally allowed to do those things without fear of repercussions, without fear of reprimand, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's another double standard in terms of and just in terms of how we treat each other. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. I feel like me personally, I had one experience where I actually said something about a man's size and was upset about it. And I said it because I felt like he was false advertising, right? Mm-hmm. And I said it on the podcast before. I got all excited. He pulled out a Magnum. I was like, get the tea. And then it wasn't what it had claimed that it was a part of. And then watching him put it on, and it was like, dude,
watch him fall into it.
Dude, I'm gonna need you. And I'm a big person of, you don't have to be long dong silver.
Right.
And I think a lot of guys, you should be comfortable with what you have, right?
Right.
You should be comfortable with what you have and understand that that's what you got. A lot of guys who don't have as much as the next guy will be fine as long as you do what you need to do, right?
Yeah.
So you can make up with the difference, but like my thing is, don't falsify.
Yeah, definitely don't. Yeah,
don't do that.
But just, you know, women do the same thing though.
That's the thing.
Women falsify all the time. Like,
but see, this is why you don't like.
It's
like, I want people. I'm not about to brag about nothing. I do what I do. I like what I like. Yeah. And I even when my Q&A I did a couple months back on IG, somebody actually had the nerve to ask me what it tastes like. I said Scotch tape. Like, I'm one of the people, like, I'll say something random. They ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Because why would I sit there and be like, hey, it tastes like this. This is how it feels. Blah, blah, blah. No, if you actually get it, you're going to know.
Right.
I'm not about to pipe nothing up. It is what it is.
So this goes back to Lamar's comment. He said women want a good guy with good sex, but don't have the stamina or fitness to keep up with a guy that has good sex. And that was my thing. I was like, bro, like, exactly. Like women falsify.
I want a man that lasts hours and can't even. I got one lockdown, and you just listen. Long as I'm good, we good. I'm not now. In 2 seconds, yes, we're gonna have a problem. 3 seconds, 5 seconds, maybe. we gonna have some problems.
Yeah.
But like normal standard issue, we've been fucking, shit went down. You did what you need to do. I did what I need to do, and we sitting there just laying next to each other like, God damn, you over here, you put in work. Like I'm good. I don't gotta go like round for round. I can, but I don't gotta go like, oh well, you gotta be this.
Can you?
Just
or can you, Sunny? I need to know the truth. Are you falsifying? Because I hear women say that all the time.
What?
I can go rounds.
I can go. So now, if I'm right now, my state of not getting any, right?
Oh yeah, you probably can now.
Listen,
of course,
because it's been times that I've been dating people and we went like at least 3 times.
Okay.
At the least amount, it was 1, but like somewhere like it depends on like that was the first one. We would took a break. Second one, about a half an hour, 45 minutes later, I'm like, listen, you Jay Holiday me, I'm on the bed sucking my thumb and sleep. Like, don't touch me. We good. If you want to start something up, I'll see you in the morning, but like not right now. Like, but like I'm not that person that I'm not gonna say to you, Willie, if we sleep together, you gotta go 3 rounds or you trash. No.
Right.
Satisfy me.
I've never heard a woman, at least I don't think I've ever heard a woman say that a man is trash for not going, 3 and 4 rounds.
Yeah.
I've never heard that, but I've heard women claim that. Like I've heard a woman claim that they can go 2 and 3 rounds and that they're good for the
right now. I could probably go about 4 rounds. Like listen,
and then they be like, oh damn, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, how are you? Like, what? First off, you're just laying there. You're not doing nothing.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. Are you participating? Because I'm like you like. That's the thing. Like, and I said that to the commenter. I said, it's one, and my thing is, if you're not participating, laying there like a dud, you really can't say shit. Yeah. It's like, it's been times where I've let myself down during sex. Like, I have goals and stuff that I have achieved with certain people. So if I'm like, listen, today I was off, but like at the same time, like if you catch me, like one guy I was dealing with, sometimes he would catch me, call me in the middle of the night, and I'd be like half dead somewhere. So you about to get the one, get me good, and then I'm out. Like we not about to do 2 like we used to be, or 3, because bitch, you got me in the middle of the night. I gotta get up in the fucking morning. I gotta deal with kids. Like I ain't got, like I don't really have the time to be dealing with you right now. Right. Had you got me at 9 or 8 o'clock, we was good. We could have got a couple rounds in, took a nap, sat down, watched the movie, went right back at it, and then went to sleep. But like now you got me.
But y'all don't never be calling the dude when it's time to do that.
Oh no, I did. Listen, I do. I do. Like I listen. If I call you and we on that type of time, stop fucking playing with me, because my son will wake up and that motherfucker be like up there like, what y'all doing? Like what we doing?
Right, sitting
like so like anybody that do with me, no. Like bitch, if I say this nigga sleep or he ain't here, or I'm showing up like, so what we doing? I'm on come to you. You come, like let's get it done. Like I ain't a bullshitter. Listen, by the time you come, I'm already hot and ready, like a fucking what's the name? See the Little Caesar pizza. Let's go. I'm dressed and ready to go.
Right.
What are we doing?
Exactly. Yeah. No, I feel you. It's. I mean, and that's the hard part about being a parent, right? Because you have those situations and those things you just can't get away from. You can't get around. But then when you do have those opportunities, you ready. It's like I'm hot and ready, right?
Yeah. Like I'd be like, listen, I ain't got him. Like he had program right now. If I wasn't doing this podcast and I was on some let's hump type vibe, listen, he going at the latest by 4:30. What we doing? He come back by at least 8 o'clock. Like, what are we? Don't fucking call me at 6:45 talking what's up. Get out my face. Because now I'm got to rush, and I'm trying to get some things done. Like you over here playing.
Right.
So yeah, I ain't about to waste time now. I ain't about that life. Like I'll get pissed off. Like, listen, you over here playing. Like, and if I was on some bullshit, I call somebody else. Like, I ain't got time for you. Like, I'm over here single and I don't got nobody. Well, I do got options, but like I'm just not being a participant. But if I was on that type of time, best believe tomorrow I'm free till 8 and 4. But like life happens, so I can't really participate in shenanigans. So
Right. I feel you. So yeah, definitely the body shaming is a one-way street. Women are allowed to do it, men aren't. But I think it's also, like you said, that's the thing. It's there's a lot of people out here, catfishing, dick fishing, sometimes body fishing, because
people hat fishing people, and that's one thing you see, and that's why I'm a big person of. And that's another thing with double standards, right? So most guys are okay with their body. They have some flaws that they don't like and they try to whatever, right?
Right.
As a female, as much as I post pictures with filters, I also post pictures just random of me, right? Because I need you to see me in every light that you're about to see me.
Right.
So when you see me in person, you're like, oh, okay. Like the same. The filter, and I'll say these filters is giving me life, but at the end of the day, this is how I look. Like I'm okay with it. I got a little couple rolls, and at this point, I don't feel like I need to lose weight. And if you can't accept me and my little pudge and my little fudge round or oatmeal pie belly, then you don't deserve me. You're gonna miss out on some good gushy. But that's a personal problem. It ain't got nothing to do with me. It got everything to do with you, and we're good with that. But I just feel like people falsify themselves with taking pictures from the neck up and won't really show themselves because they feel ashamed. And at the end of the day, it's not really body shaming. It's a problem. This is why I have a problem with a lot of these websites like that, whatever, because you're basically hiding who you are and you're presenting yourself to be a certain way, and then you're mad because somebody doesn't accept you. The same like if you were transgendered or something, you need to tell people, because then if they're gonna accept you, they're gonna accept you. But
yeah, indeed, yeah,
you can't call it one thing if you hiding who you are.
Yeah, and that's the thing, I mean, I try my best not to get in people's business and situations, but when you are obviously not originally a man or a woman and you decided to identify differently and you want to get into a relationship with somebody, of course not in a friendship or family or thing, but when it comes to a relationship, something where people need to trust you, it's doing that under false pretenses is not right. It's just not right. And trying to justify that because it's in your heart or in your, in your feelings or whatever, it's not right. It's just not right. And people, they'll be like, well, people won't accept me, and people then deal with it. That's the life you chose. You know what this world is about. We all have. I got to deal with the fact I'm black. Some people got to deal with the fact that, I got to deal with this too. I'm fat. Some people got to deal with the fact
that, and I'm okay with it.
Right. And I'm not okay with being fat, but I got to deal with it. I got to either change it or accept it. Right. And if I'm fat under my suit, I got to let the person know, hey, look, I may look good in this suit, but I'm really a fat guy under it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I know.
I can't be out here suit fishing women because I look good in a suit. That's not right.
No, I got this arm running joke with my friend Torian, and I always say, he like, yo, because depending on how you catch me, like I got a butt, right? I had a butt back in the day, right? Now I had my son that was like, no butt, you don't need one anymore. We're done with you, right? So he'd be like, well, actually, this is before his day. Like after I had Zaria, like a couple years later, my butt was like, we're out. You got titties. We don't need you. You don't need us anymore. Because I always wanted titties, and now I got them. And now my butt was like, we're done with you. We're gonna leave you by the wayside. You got this, right? So he's like, yo, you got an ass. And I said, I used to be in the club shaking my thighs and my back, and then dude turn around looking at me, trying to go see what I'm shaking back there. I'm like, ain't nothing back there. It's just it looked like something. It's just the hips. I got hips. And I got like the dip in my back, so it looked like it's gonna be a butt, and then it's like, look, it's gonna be a butt, and it's like flat, and I'm like, no, not there. It's not there. It looks like it's there. It looks like it's there, but it's not really there. And then I had somebody say, well, when you bend over, I'm like, exactly, we're good there. I'm good there. But right now, looking at me right now, it's a no go. Look like it's gonna be something that's depending on the possible outfit I got on, make it like I got an ass that day. So he always say, psych your mind ass. So it's SYMA. And everybody like, why he call you that? Because it looks like I got an ass. If you see me from a certain angle, you're like, yo, that girl got an ass on her. And I turn around, it's not there. You're like, oh shit. I'm just telling you, it ain't there. Like y'all like, saying you got a butt. I'm like, no, I really don't got one. I used to back in the day. Not right now. It's gone. It left me. But that was like, I accepted that it was gone. It looked like it could have been something. And if I do squats, maybe it'll be something. But like, fuck y'all. I'm okay with it.
I hear that.
You got to accept what your body is and be okay with it. And fuck people. They ain't shit no way.
All right, you got any more? Or?
I think the last one we're gonna wrap up, because then that way we won't be here all night. Let me go to the group. The last one I know I wanted to touch on, and I can't remember it verbatim, so I don't even gonna do that to myself and jack up this person's stuff. Where is it? Yeah, because I'm going at 7. I gotta live my life.
In that comment thread, I think we got them all.
You did?
Yeah, we did them all.
Are you serious?
It was quite a few that overlapped. Oh, no.
That's the one when people think women are genetically predisposed to cooking and cleaning, and women should throw parades if a man put a sock in the hamper. Yo, I died when I read that comment because
that was a good one. It's not technically sexual, but it's definitely real. It's a huge one, and it goes back to gender roles, right? Gender roles, relationship roles, and the fact that people have this this predisposition about women in a relationship, especially when there's a marriage, that they're going to be the ones taking care of the home, cooking, cleaning, doing the laundry, taking care of the kids, all that kind of stuff. And if a man does the slightest little thing, it's like, oh my God, hip hop hooray. But if the woman takes a day off, she's slacking,
Yeah. She ain't a good mom because she over here just like, excuse me. Right. I'm here 24/7. And that's the thing. Like, thankfully, most of the guys I dated also cooked, with the exception of one. Most of them always cooked. They were good about cleaning. I have OCD, so yeah, a little bit. Like, especially when I'm in my house, I've accepted that my son doesn't give a fuck about how I feel about certain things. So I had to let go of that. So my OCD comes into play when I'm work or in a relationship. I had to be OCD with your shit because I can't, I got to go home to kids, and I had to realize that kids just fuck shit up and make messes, and you have to be okay with that. I remember I got mad the first time my daughter ate spaghetti. That's how much I had issue. I was like trying to wipe her shirt every time she spilled it on there. My mom was like, "Are you crazy?" I'm like, I need to take a break. I don't know. But most of the guys I did are okay with doing those types of things. That's why I want to raise my son, to be able to know how to cook and clean for himself, not be so dependent on the female. Because what if you don't have a female and you just in the house? I'm not coming to your house to cook and cleaning, so you got to learn how to do it, sir. And that's, I think that's a caveat to it, because most men are used to their moms taking care of them,
right?
So they expect my mom does it. Why are you not doing it? And it's like, I ain't your mother, grown ass person. So are you. Now I will, if I'm dating you, I will wash the clothes. I will cook. I want you to cook too, but I'll definitely cook and make sure you eat. Those types of things. I just, that's my love language, is to take care of people. So that's what I do.
Right.
So I can't not do it. And for most part, most of the guys that I date know that I'm like that, and they do reciprocate it.
Right.
So
yeah. I'm the kind of person, like, I like to cook. I like, I don't mind cleaning up. I'm a bachelor. I live in my house. I got a 4-bedroom house, and so I have to section it out. Clean one part one week, clean another part another week, that kind of thing. And like my kids, they have rooms here, but they are just in and out here and there. They don't really stay here very often. I usually go see them. I usually take them places, do things with them, and then take them back to their mom, so they like staying there better. So it's like, I definitely have to do all this stuff by myself. So, when I was with their mother, I was always taking care of kids, doing housework, that kind of thing. But it was always crazy to me because, I would definitely get a lot of cookies and cookie point, or what do you call them? Cool point or good points.
Cool points for doing those things.
And
like, he took the kids to school. He's supposed to. That's their dad. What do you mean?
Right, exactly. I was happy to take them because it was hard work, but I definitely it's commendable to me that there's a lot of single parents out there who had to do that with no help at all. It's like I spent a long time. It was like maybe about 5 or 6 years of time when their mom was really, really busy, really didn't have a lot of time to offer at the house. And then there was a time period where she wasn't really there a lot. And it was like, I had to really step up and do a lot of stuff. And their extracurricular programs were in full effect, so it was like laundry, doing cooking, whenever I did cook, I was good for getting takeout, or good for cooking late, that kind of thing. But I had to do, I did what I could do, on top of the fact that I was still working, and I still had businesses I was running. So it was like, trying to manage all that, it was tough. You know what I'm saying? Trying to raise kids, and I got 5 or 6 kids at one. I got 6 kids with,
he was being a single dad, but also married. He was doing single dad shit. Also
yeah,
married.
right. And so it was tough, but it was also something I kept thinking about. Like, there's other people who've done it, for decades and made it work or made it happen. So, I definitely commend people who can do that. But it's not something that we should be like I shouldn't which I didn't personally do, but it's like, what if I would have, what if I'd been like, well, I'm the man of this house and I'm not about to do this stuff, not a house falling apart, not the family structure's falling apart and all that kind of thing.
You can't be a team player. Yeah,
exactly. So, and I think that's the biggest thing. Is like, we have to be a team in our relationships. We have to be a team in our households and be able to pick up the slack or the initially, divvy up chores and duties so that people aren't being overburdened. A lot of times everybody's working in the house, so having one person doing all the work doesn't make sense. Having a person that's always home doing more of the work at home makes a little bit more sense. But now if you're not working at all, then again, you will be burdened with everything, maybe not everything, but most of the things, you still, and it's like, even the situations where, I was working, had my business, the kid's mom was working, and then their grandfather was watching them, and he didn't have a job, or he didn't have a regular, thing. And it was like, even though he did a lot, we didn't require him to do everything. We'd be like, look, we'll take care of this part, or we'll take the kids here and there for this thing, and pick up the other slack. He definitely was not the man that was doing any of the laundry. So I still had that to do.
He wasn't doing the laundry but he was helping us out with the children.
Exactly. That's all that mattered. So you got to be, like you say, you got to be a team player. Facts.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap the show tonight. Thank you, Willie, for joining me. I am still debating if I'm doing the show next week because it's the after birthday thing, and I think I might want to go out for drinks, so I might not be here this coming Friday, which would have been the next Sex with Sunny. So I guess I'll see you guys in June.
Yeah.
I know I feel like I've been just betraying y'all, but this is my birthday, so my birthday's Wednesday, so I'm just,
Yeah,
what happened?
No worries. Huh?
I'm trying to see you you thought about something.
No, yeah, I did. I just got a message that just made my heart drop because I was looking forward to taking care of something today, and I just found out I can't get it done. So,
that sucks.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So let's drop these banners and give out the information really, really quickly. Do the promos again. I'm gonna give out who you catch us. So the whole team on Mondays, 10 p.m. Hype on How to Hustle podcast with Hype every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. We post him live on we post it up at 2 p.m. on our YouTube channel. Catch him on everywhere else. Styles and Chevy recap. I think you guys are taking off this Wednesday. Coming?
Yes. Oh no. We're done. We're done until June. Yeah, we're gonna be on hiatus until June 8th. We're gonna do the Doctor Strange 2 review.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for that. I saw it yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, and I think I'm gonna end up watching it before you guys do the review again.
So,
yeah. I'm so excited for that. But again, catch them June 8th, Wednesday at 9 p.m. for the Styles and Chevy recap. They're doing, like you said, Doctor Strange in the multiverse. I'm so excited. Also, Sex with Sunny 2 Fridays a month, 6 p.m. You'll see me next in June, two Fridays. So we'll be here. Also, you can catch the Fran's Perspective every other Sunday, or are they doing it every Sunday?
They're still doing every other Sunday. They're doing every Sunday right now
for the playoff season.
Yeah, and then once the playoffs are already, so they're regularly every other Sunday, but you can catch them pretty much every Sunday or Tuesday, depending on when they have a special edition and during the playoffs. So they're gonna wrap through the playoffs each week.
Yes, definitely been enlightening and catching up on basketball through them. So catch them 9 p.m.
They've been doing great on their ratings too. They quadrupled their ratings this last week, and then they've been pumping out the numbers the last couple of weeks. So yeah, so shout out.
Everybody likes sports, and plus it's the best time. It's playoff season. Why not? Why not take advantage of what's going on?
Exactly.
And also, you can catch Willie Styles on various times throughout the week, gaming with Styles. So
I just dropped a session the other day playing some One Finger Punch. Just killing it, bringing the carnage. I'm going to be playing some No Man's Sky coming up soon, as well as some Brawlhalla. So make sure you check me out.
yes. All right, guys. So we will catch you guys on Monday. Are we doing a show Monday? We are doing a show Monday, right?
It should be. I believe so. So long as you're not hungover.
Listen, I am actually going to be free tomorrow during the day. I'm definitely day drinking on Wednesday. I'm trying to I'm attempting to day drink on Wednesday. My plans got canceled for Saturday night, but hopefully somehow that works out. And then I don't really have anything planned, but I just want to go out and drink. So, or I can drink at home. Either way, it's gonna be alcohol. It's my birthday. I'll be entering the last year of my 30s, so I got to act up real quick. But thank you guys for joining us tonight. We appreciate you guys. Where is our? I don't know where I'm going. Nope, that's not it.
Are you gonna do us the host banners?
I did the host banners. Oh, us. Duh. Go ahead, Willie.
It's your boy Willie Styles in the building. Get at me everywhere at Willie Styles on IG and Twitter. Willie.Styles on Snapchat and TikTok. I'm over at gamingwithstyles.com playing video games. I'm at stylesradio.com listening to all the hot tracks. Make sure y'all go check out that new Kendrick Lamar CD that just dropped. CD. You see I'm old.
Yeah, everybody been talking about it on my timeline.
Yes. I'm over here listening to that back to back. It's not as good as the last album as a through and through listen as Damn, but it's definitely got a lot of good songs. I'm really feeling this album. Shout out to who is it? I think it's Seven Streeter and what's my man name? Tony Starks, the Ghostface Killer. They're on Purple Hearts. That song is amazing. So make sure y'all go check out that song on Kendrick Lamar's new album. I just dropped a little banner on my stories. But the album is a lot of great songs on that album. Go check that out. A lot of people are feeling that song where he did the visuals and he did a verse for Nip. So shout out to Nip one time for Nip. So yeah, make sure y'all go check that out. You can see all my likes, all my favorite songs over at stylesradio.com. Make sure you hit me up on williestyles.info for all my links.
That's what's up. Everybody been talking about the Kendrick Lamar all day. I logged on Facebook. I was busy at work. Got on the end of the day, and I was like, everybody talking about Kendrick. He must have dropped the album.
Right.
But interact with me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and TikTok at IamSunny_D. For some reason, one of my reels is getting hits, and I'm getting mad follows.
Oh, really?
Off the last one I posted when I was like, I'm not clearing up any rumors. Go back and hear that shit again. Everybody likes that one. I don't know why. I got a lot of views on that one. I don't know why. It didn't get a lot of views on Facebook or on TikTok, but on Instagram it went. I guess it was like 1,000. It's like 1K or something at this point.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Views, not likes, but views. It's like 50 something. It's like 50, 60 likes or something like that. Something like that.
Oh, that's still good though. That's awesome. Yeah.
It's a little freaking video. It's not even that serious, but I guess.
Oh, what up though, Raymond? Raymond said he got Spotify now. Oh yeah, you guys are late. We're wrapping the show up. Sorry.
Yeah, y'all fired.
Replay. What up though, Chevy?
Hey Chevy, we just saw her.
Oh, Method Man. Yes, thank you, Raymond. I forgot about the Method Man new album that just dropped recently too. Make sure y'all check out the new Method Man album. He had dropped a couple singles. I want to say about 3-4 weeks ago, and so yeah, make sure y'all go check out new Method Man. A lot of hot albums just dropped recently, so make sure y'all check out who else. Man, I'm drawing a blank because I've been listening to so much lately, but just go check it out. Get on your Spotify, your Apple Music, all that stuff. Let's make it happen.
Yep. All right, guys. That's why I was looking for a brand. I was ready to get up out of here. All right, bye, guys. See you next time.
All right, for sure.
How do I move the comment? Oh,
just remove it.
Huh?
Hide it. Just hide it. Remove it. There you go.
Bye.